Herzlich willkommen in Graz. Welcome to Graz. I'm right outside the Hauptbahnhof. We're gonna get the tram to Schloss Eggenberg because castles are cool and it's an underground tram station.
Graz, Austria is a city of just over 300,000 people, the second largest in Austria after Vienna, serving as the state capital of Styria or Steiermark in southeastern Austria. Graz has a large tram network covering different parts of the city. The standard gauge trams that run on the network range from old GVB 500 and 600 series trams from the 1970s and 80s to newer Bombardier and Stadler trams from the 2000s and 2010s, with brand new Alstom trams arriving this year. I'm personally a fan of the older trams with that nice cream and green livery. I also really like how the trams just run right through the old city. They're not super disruptive and they look quite nice, not to mention that they provide good, frequent transportation around Graz. For many rides, you'll need to pay a fare, but in the old city, between certain tram stops, there's a free fare zone where anyone can just hop on or off the trams at designated stops. Just make sure not to stay on beyond the free fare zone if you don't have a ticket. I'll be riding tram 1 from Graz Hauptbahnhof, or main train station, up to Schloss Eggenberg to see the outside of the palace there, and then back to the Hauptbahnhof. Spoiler alert, I do make a short detour for lunch.
Alright, so we want the one towards Eggenberg. Very much reminds me of Philadelphia, but if the Philadelphia tram tunnel was like modern and really nice. Don't get me wrong, the Philly tram tunnel is great, but this is a little more modernized, I would say. I do like all the natural light coming in here. So yeah, no, just a 2-platform little station. And then they go above ground, right around that corner. I have footage. And then that way they also go above ground, but towards, in this case, the one towards Schloss Eggenberg. And they make it very obvious which station you're at. Something else y'all might like to know is the Hauptbahnhof station is a Doppelhaltestelle, which means basically there's room for 2 trams to stop here at one time, but each will only stop once. So let's say you have a 1 tram in the first slot here, and then in the second slot you have like a 7 tram. If that was the case, then they both open their doors and then they both just leave. So if you want the tram that's behind it, you got to go to the back of the platform. It's very nice that they let you know what the stopping pattern is. It's just the 2 H's, because, you know, Haltestelle, Haltestelle, might as well put 2 H's. A very tight turn in the tunnel here. So here is just kind of a less fancy tram stop, just a bench, trash can, and a sign, but hey, it works. Alright, we're at Schloss Eggenberg. Let's go look at a castle.
Schloss Eggenberg, or Eggenberg Palace, has existed in some capacity since the 1630s, getting expanded and renovated over time, as is not uncommon for this type of thing. It costs a couple euro to walk around the gardens, but they're quite nice and very well maintained.
Alright, we're getting the one back to, at least towards the city. We're gonna get some pierogies.
Our tram ride back was pretty straightforward. Graz has just a nice tram network. It's easy to use, pretty simple, and effective. When it's not under construction, as it is now at the time of uploading, and when they don't get stuck in traffic, as you'll witness in a few moments.
Hauptbahnhof. Umsteigen zum Fernverkehr, zur S-Bahn sowie zu Buslinien.
Main railway station. Change for long-distance trains, commuter trains, and bus lines.
I stayed on through Hauptbahnhof, as we weren't ready to head to our train just yet. We came around the curve and exited the tram tunnel in the direction of the old city to, hopefully, get some lunch. Alright, just got off the tram at Südtiroler Platz, and we're gonna go to a restaurant called Pierogi. They sell pierogies here. All the trams were getting stuck in traffic, so it's like a 7-tram traffic jam. But yeah, kind of weird. Alright, so the pierogi restaurant was not open totally yet, but this is a one that was in front of ours. So that means, if I'm correct, I counted 7 trams before. This is a tram jam. All the trams are just stuck. Why? I don't know. Could not tell you. But they're all jammed here, and there's nothing leaving the old city. They're all going into it. So I don't know. Don't know how they're gonna fix that. Well, update. The tram jam has been cleared, so trams are moving again. All right, just got some pizza for lunch, and it's time to leave Graz or going back to the Hauptbahnhof. I've been seeing the word Bim everywhere. Apparently, it's just the Austrian word for tram. So that's fun. A little Austrian vocabulary for y'all. We arrived back at Graz Hauptbahnhof in time for a train to Vienna and got to enjoy the nice underground station one last time. Alright, they actually have escalators here and a nice entrance too, like the plaza in front of the train station. Yeah, overall, definitely the nicest tram station I've been to in Graz. Alright, so we're at the Graz Hauptbahnhof. We'll be leaving Graz, so thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Schönes Wochenende, and yeah, till next time.